even though that draw did feel like a loss, the point is we did not lose. Going on, people, welcome back to League M for another video. Chelsea are back in action at the Bridge facing Leicester City in the FA Cup. This is a chance to progress into the semi-final of yet another competition and potentially get to a final. Things do look pretty bleak when you look at things from the surface, but when you think about it, the last time we actually lost a game was the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool. And that just feels like a long time ago. You know, ever since then, we won a couple of games. Even though that draw did feel like a loss, the point is we did not lose. I think we can go on and register another win on Sunday as well against Leicester. Now, Leicester are currently the best side in the championship at the moment, currently occupying the top spot. And as much as they had it difficult in the round of 16 fixture against Bournemouth, only beating them 1-0, and that is after extra time as well, that is not grounds to take them lightly and underestimate them. Expect us to be on our A game against Leicester. I'm hoping that we are, actually. You never know what you're going to get. Leicester have found themselves playing very fluid, attacking football under their new coach, Enzo Maresca, who's actually earning a reputation as one of the most highly rated coaches in today's game. Just to give an idea about the man we're facing tomorrow, he's a former Manchester City employee, having been head coach of their elite development squad that produced the likes of Romeo Lavia and Cole Palmer himself. And he was recently Pep Guardiola's assistant in their treble-winning season. We all saw the fruits that bore. We all saw the tactical changes that occurred within that City team. And he was a part of that. He was very much a part of that. We know that he's a progressive manager with a strong focus on positional play, and his teams like to control the game and have more possession of the ball. And I think Leicester will be no different. And I think off the ball, they will look to press aggressively in order to, win the ball back immediately, especially in the wings. There's a strong emphasis on fullback supporting the winger in terms of pressing high and just winning the ball back in the final third or the middle third. So that is going to be something to potentially look out for, and also something that could play to our hands if we just play our cards right. I actually can't wait to see them back in the Premier League, and I think they're going to obviously be promoted. Whether they finish first or second in the championship, I think we should expect them back. While we still have an extensive injury list, some players being doubts for the game, others being suspended, and others cannot participate due to certain reasons as well, Leicester will be sure to have their very best players in their disposal tomorrow. The likes of Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. I remember how we were raving about him in that season that Leicester got relegated. He was actually one of the bright sparks in that season. It was a very gloomy season for them, but Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall's performances were something to marvel at. And there's just a lot of grace about his play, his touches, and his movement. And Leicester did very well to keep hold of him. I was very sure that he was one of the players who would depart when Leicester got relegated. They also have Abdul, Fatawu, Issahaku, who's been a live wire in Leicester's right wing. It's a great player. They have Patson, Daka. We all know what he brings to the game. Unfortunately, Jamie Vardy won't be available for that game. Would have been nice to see him still kicking on. That's crazy. But he's not going to be available tomorrow. And also Wilfred Ndidi and Harry Winks, who pair very well together in the heart of Leicester City's midfield. This team to me are Premier League standard and should be treated as such. We should not underestimate them. We should not take them lightly, because if we do give them the opportunity, they will hurt us. Actually, anyone can at this point, if we're just being honest. That's enough of that. I will now share with you the starting 11 that I think we're going to see against Leicester. I don't think Poch will make a lot of changes to the squad, given that this is, you know, a cup competition and it's a chance to progress to a semi-final, and the span between this game and the last game was a bit lengthy, so I think he's going to just opt for some continuity, and I think he will go with the best available 11. So getting into it, I think we're going to see Petrovic in goal, which is the obvious choice. Malo Gusto at right back, which is another obvious choice. He's been one of the best in his position. Centre backs, I think, will be Axel Disasi and Trevor Chalobah. Because Colwell is out and this was the pair that played last time out, I think Poch is going to opt for some continuity. I don't think the centre-back partnership should keep changing. That is very dangerous. So I think that'll be the way to go. Them two will be the way to go. Left back, Marco Correa. He was solid on Monday, bar that mistake for the Jacob Murphy goal. But I think he should start again. I know Chilwell is back, but he should relax. He must just sit down and heal properly so that we can have him back when he's like good and ready to go when we do need him. I don't think we need him now. Moving on to midfield. Enzo is going to miss this game due to suspension. It would have been the perfect game to give Cesare Casade his first start, but he also can't be involved because he was loaned to Leicester in the beginning of the season and he had already played in this competition before we had recalled him, so he had already been registered under Leicester for this competition. So that said, I think the pivot that we're going to see tomorrow will be Moises Caicedo and Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher is a very capable of playing in that deep position. As much as he's not an Enzo, I think his engine could be of use in that position, and I think Poch is going to play him in that position. Mudryk at the 10. I think in Mudryk's case it's time for, you know, some continuity and just give him a run of games and see what he can do, because we have seen what happens when you do give him a run of games. He starts, you know, he needs to be played into form. As much as I would like to see him on the left wing, I think Sterling's going to start in that position, even though I don't think he should. I'd prefer for Mudryk to start at the left, but I think Sterling's going to start on the left and Mudryk will be at the 10. I'm hoping that Connie Chukwuemeka will make an appearance off the bench because he is fit and available. Right wing, Cole Palmer, because it's Cole Palmer. As much as I'd like to see Palmer shifted to the 10, Noni Madueke starting on the right, I think, as I said, Poch is going to just opt for some continuity and just name our best available 11. I don't think Poch will make that many changes up front. That said, the striker is obviously going to be Nico Jackson, hoping he scores a goal again. As for score predictions, this is a cup game, so I'm going to be optimistic. Given that our home record is actually very solid as well, I reckon we'll play well and come away with a 2-1 win. That's it for this video. I'd like to know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. Please don't forget, if you're new, to like, share and subscribe. And thank you for watching. I will see you on the next one. Keep it M.